We started this process almost a year ago, and the Parking Commission determined the need that we needed to replace our current old mechanical meters, so we embarked on a fairly extensive public process to get input from the public in March and April of last year, and determined that we needed to get new on-street technology. So from that, we sent out a request for proposal, and that was issued in November, and they were due in January. We got proposals back. We have a selection committee that has narrowed it down to 3 vendors, and so now we're going to go through another public process and get their input on these 3 meters. And so on February 24th, from 6:30 to 8 o'clock at the Holiday Inn downtown Missoula, people will have the opportunity to look at the machines, see how they work, poke them, ask questions to the representatives, and kind of have a hands-on experience with them.
Can you tell me the 3 vendors and what are the various options? Because this is new technology for Missoula.
Absolutely. One is not so new. One, we did a trial in the North Higgins area once we did the streetscape there, and those were IPS meters, and that was a trial for me to see what our connectivity and solar ability is here in Missoula, and we found out that we've got it. So Missoula is a little bit familiar with those meters, and they're one of the vendors. They are now making a multi-space meter as well as a single-space meter. So they will be bringing both of their machines. Then we have T2, and they were previously digital, and we have actually 2 of their machines in our lots. So Missoula's a little bit familiar with them. And the other is Parkion, and they make a multi-space meter, but they have partnered with IPS for a single-space meter, because you can't just go exclusively put multi-space meters in everywhere. There are going to be certain areas where we will simply need a single-space meter. So you have to have a combination of both.
Okay. Now, once the decision is made, well, first of all, who's going to make the decision, and about when do you expect to have all this wrapped up and the meters installed?
Oh, good question. First of all, we have formed a selection committee, and we have 5 members that are really outstanding, each bringing a different expertise to the table. So they will be reviewing all the information that they get from the vendors, and they will then meet again after that, evaluate all the public input and their experience, narrow it down to one, and that will be a recommendation that will go to the Missoula Parking Commission Board of Directors. It is the Board of Directors' authority then to make that decision. And we're looking at probably our board meeting in March. That's ideal, but it may be April, but we're hoping for March. And that point, then we will start negotiating with that vendor, looking at how we're going to finance it, timing, maybe looking at phasing. So it's hard for me to say when all the meters will be in, because we will be doing it in phasing, and a lot will depend on financing.
Okay, so I guess it's safe to say probably this summer we'll begin to see things moving.
Absolutely.
All right, excellent. So, folks, tell us again when and where we get a chance to look at this new technology.
Okay, our open house will take place on Tuesday, February 24th, from 6:30 to 8 p.m. at the Holiday Inn downtown Missoula in the Three Rivers room. We're going to have each vendor in a separate room so people can go from room to room to room, and we will have surveys available where they'll be able to fill out what they liked or didn't like about that particular machine. So there will be an opportunity for their input.